Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Not quite sure what I'm thinking right now, running a street stock series race at Martinsville Speedway. Probably my last pavement oval race for week 5 of 2022 for this week. So
My bad, man. My beautiful Calvin, man.
tried to get qualifying in. I had a bit of an issue off of turn 1 and had to scramble to get the second lap in. So qualified 8th, starting on the outside is not great. 20 cars, car number 10, right in the middle. So just gonna try to do what I can. There's some guys here that are much quicker at these than I am. So hoping that maybe I know how to move my way up to the front. I think we're probably gonna have a lot of short runs. I think this is gonna be more typical street stock race where you end up running like 2 or 3 laps at a time and then a caution, with it being Martinsville. I feel like apparently throwing away my safety rating that I've earned over the last couple of races. So if I can get out of this with a 4x, I'm going to be really thrilled. Honestly, 8x to 12x is what I'm expecting. Probably going to get dumped a time or two, so probably going to be throwing
Jake,
some iRating away as well, but we're going to get ready to go here. Right for the leaders to go. We are off and rolling 55 laps. Just going to see what we can do. Try to find my way to the bottom as quickly as possible, but
inside line,
not give
one.
up much time. Car definitely will get loose off the corners if you step on the throttle too hard, so I think you're going to see a lot of people doing that, trying to hustle it, but it's typical street stock. It's just, you know, it's pretty tight, doesn't want to turn. We got one car going around,
Full course caution,
and we got our first caution. I was lucky enough to have not gotten a 4x out of that.
line up single file.
Checked up for the wreck that was happening in front of us. So if this sorts out correctly, we'll be 7th, which will at least find me up a spot and get me on the inside row, which would be nice. So this is typically what I expect out of these things, unfortunately. Hopefully it does not do this the entire race, so I can get you guys something somewhat exciting, but we'll just have to see what it's going to be like. I think we should be sorting out on the... Yep, so we're 7th, which is good. Just off 1 spot from the start of the race, but keeps me on the inside row for the restart.
Who caused that one? $10 says license joiner. Kid sucks.
Turn chat down a little bit.
Talk if you're gay. Or talk if you're not gay.
Don't really want to hear a bunch of name callings or stuff like that. I don't run street stocks often enough to know all these people and deal with this stuff, so keep it up, keep it on, so I can apologize if I do happen to get into somebody, but don't really need to hear any of that kind of stuff. So I guess in theory the other side is, with us being under caution, it's more laps that I can run clean, keep the 0x going, and build as many corners as possible to offset whatever incident points we do end up getting. I've seen one person run one of these races, and it wasn't actually too terrible. I had a few cautions, but got some, you know, like 7, 8, 10 lap runs in, so hoping maybe this race will work out this way. Not really sure overall quality of the field in terms of how good these guys are going to be, how much they can stay off of everybody, but just going to hope for the best. At least getting the one to go this time by. So get lined up on the inside, should be restarting on lap number 6. So we'll have 50 laps to go when we get
ready.
The green flag again, so plenty of time. Obviously, 10th place or better would be great. I would love to finish at least 8th so I can finish where I started, but I'm going to shoot for a top 5. Try to, if I'm going to lose some safety rating out of it, at least gain some iRating. So see what we can do. It's all going to be me trying to drive well enough, but can also be in the hands of people not being terrible drivers around me as well. So off and rolling. I think 3rd gear with the way the steering is a better way to start. 12 does not get a good run, but I can't try to go anywhere on them, so I'm just going to keep myself pinned to the inside.
Still there.
See if we can get fast enough to get inside the 15. I don't know if that's going to happen.
Hold your line.
That could at least get us up to 5th. If we can get to his inside.
Keep digging. Clear.
Got the 6 to the outside still. 12 slowly
Coming up
making
on your
progress on the
fastest
15.
lap
Gonna
full,
try to
clear
close
high.
back up
The
to
leader's just done
12.
On your right.
See if
The
I
guy
get
ahead
inside
lap
the
time is,
15.
21. Outside line's clear. Your lap
He's
time
gonna
was
try to force his way
21.90.
down. Looks like he got a little loose there off of turn number 2 onto the backstretch.
You got one right
Got to
side.
push up a little bit, dive in the corner, try to duck back down.
Clear outside.
And the 15 just comes around and takes
Full
out
course
half the
caution,
field,
be
and we
careful.
get the caution. I got so lucky that he lost it behind me.
Pace car
I
is
got
out.
so
Line up
lucky that he
single
didn't
file.
come down and
On
get me.
car number 12. We're under caution.
Oh, that
It's
was
closed.
such a break. Such a
Brakes
break.
are open.
Like, you're mad at me for taking you 3 wide, Sal, but I was there
That
from the exit of 2
caused
all
that
the way
clogged
until
up the
mid-zone.
whole track, and
Well,
definitely made it a bit rough. So
Josh caution, please.
I don't know. People behind us are arguing about stuff. It's street stocks. Everybody's crazy aggressive. Like, if I want to learn how to not get angry at aggressive driving, this is the series to run to get practice in that. Guys just have zero regard. Like I said, it was kind of a pretty thin oval schedule for me for this week, so not a ton of options. So decided to do this. I'm typically fairly decent at driving these, at least in beating where I'm supposed to finish, as long as people don't get into me. So in theory, it gives me a good chance to continue to build up I rating.
We're under caution.
Try to get back to where I was before.
Hey!
Obviously, from the safety rating side, it's a completely different story. But got a couple quick guys behind the 6. Can be quick. One's moving through the field pretty well, so don't know if I'll be able to hang on to this top 5, but certainly going to try to do the best that I can. Turn the chat down a little bit more. I know it's probably quiet for you guys, but I'm tired of hearing it already. The street stock drivers that regulars in this series are definitely an interesting bunch. I mean, the car, in theory, could have the potential to be good. Obviously,
At the end of this lap.
I'm used to a little bit of a different style. This is more of I don't know. I'm more used to what you call the metric style, but street stocks in general, you know, they're all the same no matter how they look. But it's definitely a different breed running these things. So just trying to get in, get the best result I can, get out, and see what we can do. You know, watch out for the one behind us to be aggressive off the start. Just try to time it as best we can, see if we can pick up any spots. Well, got the
Green flag, we're racing.
worst start, but able to hang to our outside. Just
P4.
trying to get it to
On
the
your
bottom. See if we can get by the 12.
Clear up high.
And watch out for the one to dive it low going into the corners. Fortunately, want to try to get by the 9 if possible, so that I can get myself back to an inside row starting position when we get a caution. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when.
You've just done a 21.68. The guy behind has just done a 21.66.
I feel like I'm entering maybe a little bit shallow, but trying to run the bottom so I can keep the one from getting to
Coming
my
up, low
inside,
side.
which he still throws it in, gets
Keep
off
it
the
together,
curb.
hold your line.
Try to get the run off the corner, but he's
Still
already
there.
there, so best move is going to be to try to get him
Still
by
there.
if possible.
The guy ahead is our inside.
So we're going to get freight trained.
Still there. Inside's clear.
Right. And the 12 and the 6 get together, so no caution yet. Everybody got going. Well, the 6 got going. 12's to the inside out of the racing line, so we're still going green. Back to 5th. It's okay. Like I said, I figured the 1 was going to get by, and I didn't want to waste too many blocks to
P5.
stay in
The
front
guy
of
ahead
them.
has just done a 21.31.
Caution will come back out, so at least now we're on the inside row. Got a good gap back to the 11. Check it back at the line and see if he's gained it all in 3 and 4. Side-by-side racing between the 3 and the 16 up ahead. 1.0 back. So just going to watch everybody up front, see what these guys do. I am running 10 to 1 for the steering ratio, -8 for the offset, and I move the brake bias back to 47%. So gives you guys an idea of what I'm running. Trying to do my best to slow the car down, not lean so hard on the right front. Contact between the 3 and
We've got a
the
full course
16.
caution. Watch out.
That was a big wreck. That was a massive wreck, and then the 9 and the 1 make contact.
We think that's Bath.
I don't know what's
Alan
going
have
on.
stacked
This
it.
is stupid. Gonna end up. We'll see if it sorts back out that I have to let the 3 by. We get a black flag. I don't know what's going on. This is such a wreck. Such a mess. We were getting some laps in, and then everybody just does stupid stuff. 3 by. I think we're probably gonna have to let the 1 by. Oh, apparently the 9 gets. The 1 gets screwed out of that for that contact with 9 under caution. No idea what happened there. We'll take a look at that afterwards. I couldn't tell if the 1 just came down or if the 9 just turned him.
Pits are open.
3's got right front damage, so that's gonna put us in the worst spot we could be in. We're gonna be in second. Not a fun place to be, because I'm gonna get freight trained and I'm gonna be losing on the restart. So we'll see what happens. Got 1 car that's gonna be a lucky dog, so we're gonna get low to let him by. Somehow still at a 0x and up to second now from 8th. So again, we're gonna be falling way back, I'm sure, but gonna try to do the best I can to battle on the outside of the 9. Gotta obviously watch out for the 9. He was not shy of contact. I don't know. I was lucky to avoid that wreck as well. I've been lucky to have 2 wrecks happen right behind me, and then that one I had enough time to see it and avoid it, and that one was just stupid. So
one thing I've really started to see in these races is when you get beside them, they don't want you to pass, so they just start turning left and right and stuff.
I don't know. This is hilarious watching.
So, like, if someone's beside you, probably don't turn left on them, you know?
Just gonna see what happens.
Material ball!
Almost halfway through. A few more laps to that, but did not see how far the 1 fell back. Looks like he's back in 6th, so he'll be working his way back up. I'm gonna try to do the best I can to get in front of the 4, but slot in behind the 9. The 4 is definitely quicker than me. Got the raw end and deal out of that, so
yellow. Pits are open.
I have to watch out for that. At this point, I would say let's run the rest of the race under caution so I can just finish second. That'd be obviously great, but nah, I want to get you guys some green flag racing. It's not fun to spend my whole time pacing either. So, Diego will be restarting on 23. So we'll have 33 laps to go once we get the green. This is at least still helping me continue to pile corners in, incident free, to at least offset whatever incident points I do end up getting. No idea about the 11 behind. I was faster than him earlier, but it's going to be interesting to see what he does off the restart. I think the 4 is going to be pretty quick, so if I can stay in front of him and slot in behind the 9, then, you know, I'll be game for that. But if the 4 is quick enough, I'll let him by if I can try to get in front of the 11 and the 5 and just run 3rd for a while.
Okay, Jake, get ready. Race will resume at the end of this lap.
It's not going to be an easy restart at all. I'm terrible in the outside line on these restarts, and I have not seen the 9. I don't think he's restarted in the lead at all, so I think it's always been the 16, so we'll see what he's going to do. Just trying to watch it as much as I possibly can. It's off and rolling. Like I said, the 4 is going to have a massive advantage. 5's kind of tucking behind.
P3.
Let's see if I can try to get the 4 by me and get in front of the 5. It's going to be tough as the 4 gets to my inside, or the 5 gets to my inside.
Clear low. Got one inside.
Oh, the 5 just gives me a big shot, so like I said, there went the 0x.
Clear inside.
I get into the wall on the outside, I've got everybody shooting by me on the inside, so lost a ton of spots.
P6. That lap was a 22.
It was my fault for cutting down in front of the 5, but he had zero desire to stay off. Just punted me big time going into turn 3. So back to 6. Not the best spot, but we still ahead of where we started. Got the 8 who's driving in quite deep. We got a couple cars that we can try to pick spots up from as they're getting shifted to the outside. You got the 1 was on the outside, he ducks all the way to the bottom, but the 9's on the outside and the 4's on the outside, so One comes flying into 3, runs down
Right
low, up the
side.
curb, across the grass. He is
He's still there.
hustling it for all he can to get to the front.
He's still there.
It's just
That last lap was
not a driving style that I'm
21.71.
really fond of,
Still
that
there.
I want to employ myself. It works, but
Still
it's
there.
not how it is. 5 runs the one all the way down the track.
He's still there. Keep
One's
digging.
going to get to his inside. One comes flying up. He makes
Still
contact
there.
with the 4. It's going to hurt the 4's run.
Okay,
One
Jake.
making contact with the
Outside
5.
clear.
We've got 3 wide going down the front stretch. And I'm just sitting back watching this to see who's going to wreck.
4.
Right side.
2 making
Clear
contact
outside.
with the 1. Not going to try to go 3 wide either. Just going to sit behind the 2. See what happens.
Coming up
One's
on
going to
your
try to cut
clear.
front.
Right
I
side.
get
Clear high.
contact from
On
behind.
your right.
I think that was the 5.
Clear up high. You got one right side. Still there. Outside line's clear.
P3.
Contact again from the 5. Not going to worry about saying anything to the 5. I don't know if he was saying anything.
Right
8's
side.
still banzaiing it in.
Clear
Trying to
outside.
get to the... Got ahead of the 2. We'll see if he tries to cross over going into turn 1.
Halfway
Contact,
home.
wreck
It looks
behind.
good, P2.
Caution,
Caution,
and
watch out.
there's the caution. That just took out half the field, too. So we're back to second, and in a bad spot. But the 1's got the
Looks
lead,
like
so it'll
P5's
probably
been
be
dead.
faster. I don't know. This race is nuts. 4 got involved in that. I don't know. We're on lap 30. Fortunately, again, on the 4X, which I was going to be shocked to have a 0X. I
Race
was
cars out. Line up
going to call the end of the world
Behind
happening if
coming.
I actually got a 0X
We're
out
under
of this,
caution.
so...
Pits are closed.
And really, the 4X, honestly, I mean,
Pits
it
are
was
open.
kind of my fault for cutting in front of the 5 and then braking, but he just didn't have any desire to stop at that point. We'll take a look at it. Maybe it looks differently from outside of the car. But then the contact that was happening that, you know, we kept getting 0Xs out of it was certainly not me. That's just people throwing it in and driving as aggressively as they possibly can. Which is street stocks, everybody say, you know, they're full fender cars, contact, whatever, but I don't know, it doesn't, to me, that doesn't make it right, but we'll see. At least we're back up to second, so everything I lost by getting punted by the 5, I was able to gain. 15 comes flying through without telling anybody. I mean, everybody should have known to stay low to
I wish you
went
would've
by,
hit me.
but that was nuts. Was lucky enough to not get hit by the 15. So we'll see if we can go any more laps, any more green laps, clean longer than what we had. You lost the 4, 16 is out. 5 is back to 12. 8 is
Legit, it
15th.
gave me the notification as you were wide the fuck open beside me.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn it back down because I'm tired of hearing that stuff.
Full course yellow. Pits are open.
So,
You're still in last? Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. It's some of the cars that were quick are now out, unfortunately. And I think a couple of people
Race
that were
cars
aggressive
out.
are
Pits
further
closed.
back, which I'm sure they're going to be crazy aggressive and work their way up to the front, which probably could cause some more cautions, but hopefully it'll be a little bit cleaner up here now. I haven't really gotten to see what the 17 does. 6 wasn't too bad. No idea about the 2. I thought I was quicker than him once we got in front. He seemed to be at least nice enough to not just punt me straight up the corner in that last run, but we'll just have to see what happens. So gonna try to do the same thing again, just try to time the restart as best as I possibly can. See if I can slot in front of the 17 and the 6 and only give up a spot to the 2.
Yes, son.
No idea what the 1's gonna be like off the restart. This is his first time
Race
up
cars
front,
coming
but
in this lap.
I'm guessing he's gonna be crazy quick. At least he doesn't have to work on shoving people out of the way or, you know, dive bombing it way to the inside into the corners like he was. 2's gonna stay glued to the 1's bumper, and again, will put me in a really bad spot. Just at a massive disadvantage on the outside front row. certainly a terrible start. Just not much I could do, really. But got the 2 by in third on the inside row. So, finish third, I will gladly take that. Gladly take that. We're going to have 20 to go this time by. Guarantee you we are still going to have at least one more caution before the end of the race. See what the 2 is going to do with the 1. See if I can stay in front of the 6.
That lap was a 21.63.
Typically like to take a little bit of a higher exit, kind of apex later, straighten out or lengthen the straightaway if I can, but with the 6 directly behind, I don't want to be giving up the inside line at all. I'd rather give up some time and try to stay there. A little bit of contact with the 6. He kind of shoves us in the middle of the corner. Just going to keep the inside row. Did not see the 2 shove the 1.
Keep it steady, still there. Still there. Clear up high.
6.
Right,
I don't know, I kind of cut in front of him, but I was clear, and he just... Again, it's street stocks, people make contact. And it's short track racing in Martinsville, so just kind of come to expect it. I'm just happy enough that it hasn't upset me so far that I have spun out. These cars are really hard to save sometimes when they go sideways. Just so, the CG is so high, and they like to roll really bad. 2 is able to get by the 1. We'll see if he starts gapping him or if they stay glued together. Could see a little bit of a payback move or a bit of a crazy banzai move for a pass by the 1. We'll see. Those 2 are certainly faster than me, though. I got no shot at getting to them. Just kind of holding the rest of the field off for third. I feel like the 6 is driving in a bit harder than I am, so if we happen to go green the rest of the way, that could start hurting his right front, and if I'm not damaging mine, I could try to pull away a little bit. See, like, we're getting a little bit of a better run off the corner. I mean, the gap's staying around 0.3, but I think we're starting to slowly pull away from him. But the 1 and the 2 are also pulling away from me, so kind of getting into this little third place island. Not quite as good that time through 1 and 2. 6 was able to stay a little bit closer. Kind of overshot 3, didn't get off the brake as soon as I wanted. A little bit of contact with the wall.
Your lap time was at 21.58.
Shocked we've been able to go this many laps green, but it's a very nice
consistency
change.
coming.
Try to do all I can to stay in third, because I could easily fall back to like 6th or 7th if I get knocked out of the way. I think it'd be 6th right now if I could slot into that gap that's a few cars back.
21.61.
Looks like the 2 is slowly pulling away from the 1.
Right side. Clear
6
high.
makes a little bit of contact with us. He drove it in pretty deep. Allows me to pull away a little bit.
You've just done a 21.56.
He keeps pulling that kind of move. We're certainly going to be able to pull away. You can see the gap's up to half a second now. Still not quite big enough for me to try to take my different entry. If we can get it to like 7/10, I'll do it. As you can see, the guys up front are doing that.
Time was 21.58.
Try it this lap. I picked up the throttle just a hair too early. See if we can try to use this to our advantage to pull away from the 6. Not going to be able to close up on the 1 and the 2, but if I can open up the gap to the 6 and give me a little bit of breathing room, I'll take that. Gonna have 9 to go this time by. Six closing in a little bit to try to drive
good consistency.
a little bit
Keep
better. Got a slow car to the inside, that's the 5. He stays low, thank you to him. Six is closing back in.
That was a 21.65.
Gap's back down to 0.4. It was 0.5. 1 and the 2 are just slowly pulling away. But we're getting closer to the end of the race. Well, we've been able to keep it green for this long. Figured with some of the guys going to the back, they'd be a little bit more aggressive and we'd have some cautions, but he's kind of calmed down a little bit. Just trying to do the best I can to not make too many mistakes. I know my laps are not as consistent as I'd like them to be, but right now it's all about minimizing the mistakes to try to stay ahead of the 6. Like I said, I got no shot for getting to the 1 or the 2 unless something crazy happens to them, so it's all about staying ahead of the 6 and protecting 3rd. Which 3rd is still not a bad finish at all for me. Racer in me obviously always wants to win, but given this field, I will gladly take a 3rd place finish if I can come away with it. And right now, I'm not going to say it. Not even going to jinx it. 6 is pulling away from the 17 and the 9. We're keeping the gap pretty steady with the 6. Get a little loose there off turn 2, kind of kills the run off the corner a little bit. Got just 3 laps to go this time by, so at this point, if a caution comes out with this series not having green-white checkers, we are going to be ending under caution. It gives me a little bit of a better chance to hold on to 3rd should anything happen. 6 is making a good run. He's still driving it in deep. Sliding it a little too much there off of turn 4. Able to pull away just slightly from the 6.
We're on for a podium.
Just 2
here.
to go, and we get a
full
caution,
course
so that's going to
caution.
end the race. Don't know what happened there. I didn't think it had anything to do with the 2 and the 3, but it's going to bring us, unfortunately, under caution for the finish. Wish we would have finished under green, but bring us home in 3rd place, which certainly, again, I think we were fast enough to hold off the 6 and keep it based on speed, but certainly a
We're under caution.
much better finish than I had expected.
Single file behind Cummins.
At least able
Course yellow.
to
Pits are open.
get out of this with just a 4X unless somebody does something stupid. Gonna get the checkered this time by. We'll take a look at some of the stuff that happened to see. Was it all my fault, or really the only deal is, you know, the one with the 5, but I guess it was a little bit better than I thought. We at least got, it was like 16 laps or 17 laps
Nice
to
one,
end,
Jake.
and
Great
under
drive.
caution.
That's a podium.
So, you know, not bad that way, but pull it off here.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
I'll take a look and see what happened. Alright, let's pull up for our chase. Down a little bit. And we'll pull up off the start, so I think this one happened behind us, I think. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go through all the incidents. So 8 gets sent around by the 3. That's what brought out the caution. So 8 drove it in pretty deep, made a little bit of contact with the 9. He was a little bit slow to get off, and the 3 just drove right into the back of him. And then the 15 made contact with the 8. So we got off the restart. The 11's gonna run into the 7, a little bit of net code there. 19's gonna run the 5 all the way down to the bottom. 5 just turns him. So the 5 set his precedent. So it makes me already have a little bit of a preconceived notion in my mind. Like, I get the 19 through the block, and that was probably not reasonable because you're gonna watch the 5 cut underneath the 19 off of turn 2, right here. And the 19 recognizes that and is just gonna run all the way down to the bottom, basically. And then the 5 just didn't care. 5 just drove right through his left side, sent him around. 7's just gonna loop it, make contact with the outside wall off of 4. Good job at least not looping it around in front. 6. 15 loses it off the corner. All right, so let's see what happened to 15 here, because he was on the outside of me. So we're going into turn 3 here. He's trying to fight the 12 to the outside. He just slides up and then gets on the throttle too hard and loops it around right in front of the 6 in the field. So that just stacked up the entire field and clogged the whole track up. So, yeah, I don't know. That was one of them I was lucky to have happen behind me. Not sure what's going to happen here. This is off the restart. When we were restarting 5th, we got the 12 to the outside. We cleared him, got the 1 behind. I don't know your contact behind, but not sure what was the deal. Oh, the 12 just kind of runs into the 6 off the corner, kind of cut down. Gets loose in front of the 6. A little bit of contact with the 6. 6 couldn't do much. I think he kind of cut down and then turned right to avoid him, but I don't know, might have been a bit of a shove there too to knock him out of the way. 16 to the outside of the 3. 3 gets a little loose on the inside trying to get it. 3 makes contact with 16. 16 just turns left. Like, I don't know if that upset him or what that was. So, alright, let's see here. This is interesting. So, these two are running side by side for the lead. 3 gets loose, getting on the throttle hard underneath the 16. He kind of... I think the 3 ran up into the 16. Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely 3 running up into the 16. So there's contact there. So the 16's not happy with them. And let's look at this from the cockpit view. This was definitely going to be intentional. Watch the... let's do it this way. Alright, so you can watch the orange stripe on the steering wheel. Watch it turn left. Right here. He's holding on to it. And then he's just going to jerk the wheel left. Right there. Yeah, he was definitely settled in giving a intentional shot to the 3. So that ends up sending the 3 to the inside wall. And then the 3 just pays him back. Drives straight in the corner. Like, 3 has zero desire to stop here. And drives straight into the left rear of the 16 to send him around. That comes down into the 9. So that brings out the caution. 3 has the issue. And then let's move up ahead through the field to the crap that happened with the 1 and the 9. Because this is what got us by the 1. So caution's out now. 1 kind of slides it, hitting the brakes. And then comes up. Oh, he makes contact with the 9. So that was... yeah, I can see why iRacing didn't give him the spot back. That was all on the 1. No idea what's going to happen there. Here's the deal with the 5. Getting to the outside line, I'm clear. Gives me a shot. Alright, so let's rewind this a little bit. I'm going to watch this off the start. The 5 is 2 rows back of me. I got a terrible start. Absolutely terrible start. I was trying to slot in behind the 4 in front of the 5, which I was able to do. Or trying to do. 5 gets to my inside. I don't know. I mean, I kind of, I guess, pinched him down a little bit. Let's watch it from my perspective. It's coming off the corner. No, I didn't really pinch it down. He thought I was going to come up a little bit more. Maybe just ever so slightly, but he drove into me there. So I'm clear of him at this point. And I'm going to commit to my line. Fully clear of him, like not blocking, like there's nothing I'm doing wrong here, and he just drives straight into my left rear and sends me up the track. And then this is when I tried to get back on the throttle. I should have waited a little bit, made contact with the outside while trying to stay off of everybody. So yeah, that one was definitely all on the 5. He just drove straight into the back of me, which he already sent the precedence behind. Let's check out the wreck behind. Got the deal with the 11 and the 8. 11 kind of jerks it right to avoid the 8, and then that looks like netcode with the 17. 17 was probably getting them anyways, but yeah, that was netcode that sent the 11 around. He's trying to hold on to it, and then he slides in front of the 13. Causes contact there, stalls the field. No caution there. 5's gonna just give the 8 another shot. So, hey, you know, what a shock. 5's gonna come off the corner. I don't know what he's thinking here. I really don't have a clue what he's thinking here. He's just dead set on driving straight through the 8. Like, you can't bump draft in these cars at all. And he just gives him a shot to the right side. Comes across his nose, gets him loose, and then, nah, at that point, he's just sending him around. So that sent the 8 into the 4. 4 goes hard into the inside wall, comes back up, tags the outside wall. 8 backs up the track, gets the 5, that sends the 5 in. 8 makes a little bit of right side contact with the 6. 5's off and rolling. 4 pulls it. 8 tries to spin it around. Yeah, I mean, that's again, another case of the 5 just driving through somebody. No idea what's going on here. So what happened at this point? This is under caution. 16 tries to go to the high side on the 14. I don't even know what happened there. That's just craziness. Off the restart. 7's sliding it. He blows up. 5's gonna blow up. Yep. 3's gonna get a really good shot from the 2. I don't know. I mean, I understand. I get that the 2's being held up at this point by a lap car, but he just doesn't care and just sends him straight out of the way. Like, just send him straight up the track. That was definitely a bit aggressive. I think that's what caused the caution. I don't know. 1 makes contact with him as he's coming by because 3's coming back down off the track, or off the turn 2. And that brought us our finish. Yeah, so not going to feel bad at all about the stuff that happened to 5. We just drove through like 4 different people. So take a look at the results, see how those went. Yeah, that was an interesting one. 2 splits, 2581 strength of field for this one. So managed to break even in safety rating even with that 4X 3.56. I will gladly take that. And picked up 85 in iRating, so just under 2450. Gladly take that as well. Let's see. Best time's gonna go to the 3. Yeah, 3 with a 21.286. So I was like just under 2/10 off. But again, I was definitely not the fastest individual car on the track. I felt like I saved a little bit better. Was trying to get a little bit better off the corners. I think that's what was helping me stay in front of the 6, and just was trying to keep it clean and not drive through people, which a few other people did not seem to make that the case. So hopefully you guys enjoy that one. Feel free to leave all your analysis of anything we looked at. Love to hear from you guys. I'm going to get a couple of road races to end out this week, and then we'll get back into Oval to start week 6. So hopefully you guys enjoy this one. Look forward to seeing you at more races. And until the next one, I hope all your laps are fast, your races are clean, and your finishes are good. Thanks for watching.